What's going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we're going to be taking a look at one of the less talked about GXs coming out of Cosmic Eclipse, and that is Vileplume-GX with this Fragrant Flower Garden ability. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon. Massive Bloom doing 180 minus. This attack does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. And then also Allergic Explosion GX, 50 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned, paralyzed, and poison. So the idea of this deck is we're going to create really tanky tag team GX Pokemon, either Rowlet and Alolan Exeggutor or Mewtwo and Mew tag team GX, and continually heal them with this ability and make it so that they don't take a lot of damage. Of course, eventually we can start attacking with Calming Hurricane. Does take a few turns, of course, to get powered up, but heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. So just multiple opportunities of healing. And then this one of Pheromosa GX is something I'm kind of testing out right now, getting us a little damage on the first turn if we go first, and then also Cruel Spike can be solid as a 2 energy attack to just kind of slow our opponent down, and Beauty GX is definitely a really solid option. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and expand the rest of the list and take a look at this deck and kind of the engine I have been going with here. You see we've got the 4 Great Potions. We want to get that healing going if we can. We've also got the Life Forest Prism Star. This is our only stadium, so if our opponent does stick like a Chaotic Swell in play, unfortunately, we're probably not going to be able to get to use this. I was trying this list out with Fabas for that reason, but just ultimately decided against it. And we've got 4 Netball, which is a great option. It can find us the Oddishes that we need to get into Vileplumes. We're going to try to set up these Vileplumes as quickly as possible with this Super Growth attack on Rowlet and Alolan Exeggutor, allowing us on our first turn, if we're going second, to just get this guy in play right away. And this ability, of course, does stack. If we have multiple Vileplumes, that's multiple opportunities of healing. And yeah, so I'm also playing one of Stealthy Hood. There is that pesky new Mimikyu out, which means that Pokemon GX that have damage on them can't use their abilities. So Stealthy Hood can allow us to still attack with Mewtwo and Mew, or if they only have a little bit of damage on our Vileplume, we can actually Stealthy Hood the Plume, and then Fragrant Flower Garden heal the rest of our Plumes, and then just kind of stacks from there. That's kind of the idea with that one. We got the Coach Trainer as a draw engine. We do ideally always have a Mewtwo or an Exeggutor in our active spot. And then Cynthia and Caitlin, just a good supporter, of course, with the Tag Call Trainer. I'm trying out this Tag Call engine. I definitely like it. We've also got the one of Guzma Hala, since we can search it out with Tag Call, and it can get us the Weakness Guard Energy, Stealthy Hood, and also find our Life Forest Prism Star. Also can find us Choice Helmets if we want to try to wall damage that way. Weakness Guard Energy, I think, is a good one to have against any of these Fire-type decks we could go up against for our Rowegg, or any Psychic-type decks for our Mewtwo and Mew. We've also got the Mallow and Lana tag team, giving us a little bit of an additional healing option there. I was testing with a couple of switches, but I have opted to pull those out for now. I've honestly kind of done a bunch of different variations of this list. Some have worked well, some have not worked well. This is where we're at right now. I was playing without Coach Trainer at first, then I was like, I'd need more draw cards. We got the Coach Trainers in here, and Coach Trainer is definitely pretty solid. I was playing without Pokégears. Pokégear is definitely really good as well, though. So yeah, here's the list. I've been enjoying playing around with it. It's definitely a more unique deck, not the standard ADP or Reshiram that you've been seeing running around on the ladder. So I wanted to, try something interesting and new out. Shaito here is playing, I believe I saw like Fire, Lightning, Colorless, so this is probably some sort of like Reshiram and Charizard deck, maybe Charizard and Braixen tag team deck if they're trying out something new. We are going to be going second, which is actually great. We like going second, and we also like going first. Of course, first is generally just a big advantage, but going second with this deck is excellent if we can get a Rowlet and Exeggutor tag team into the active spot and start using Super Growth right away, and that's really going to be our strategy here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have too much of an option as far as that goes. I definitely should have benched this Oddish, but I think it will be okay. It's unlikely we get just reset stamped raw turn 1. And they are playing Jirachi's Fire Sleeves, Charizard Coin. I feel like this has got to be some sort of Ability Zard or just some sort of fire deck in general. Gonna grab Professor Oak's setup. Maybe it could be some sort of Volcarona deck, potentially with Silvally-GX. That's something that's been running around and something I do want to test out myself as well. But if they do choose to play this setup, it should give us an idea kind of what they've got going on in their deck. I would love to be able to play this card in this deck, but unfortunately Oddish is grass type and we can only get out grass types. Okay, so it does appear to be a Volcarona deck, and we've also got the Vulpix here with the Secret Alleyway ability. I wonder which Alolan Ninetales they're going to evolve into. Could be the GX to get them some trainers out, or it could be that new GX that does more damage. I believe for how many tools are in your discard pile, it might be items. I think it's tools though. And then it could also be the one that has the ability that makes it so we can't damage it, and a oh man, I totally forgot to put this Vileplume, the non-GX Vileplume back in this deck that I was testing out with. So we do top deck a Netball, which is excellent. It'll allow us to get into this Rowlet Exeggutor. And let's put this on the active, and we're going to go ahead and Super Growth into a Vileplume. I was playing the non-GX Vileplume, and that is actually something I totally forgot that I had taken out with a different version of this deck that was playing Levani, because I didn't feel like I needed it if I was playing Levani. Then I took the Levani out, forgot to put the other Vileplume back in. We don't even have an answer to Keldeo in this deck, which is definitely something I intended to have. So it looks like if this is indeed a... Okay, so it is going to be this Ninetales, which I am totally fine with. Snowy Wind is much more manageable than the other Alolan Ninetales. So yeah, you definitely need to cut something for the baby Vileplume. I totally forgot about that. The baby Vileplume also has a solid ability, letting you flip a coin, and if heads, you can choose a status condition and make your opponent's Pokemon be affected by it. Our Stealthy Hood could be useful in this matchup to prevent Flaming Shot from getting some damage on us. So that's something else we're going to want to try to look to do. They're going to play a Cherish Ball here. Might grab out a Silvally-GX. Could also grab like Dedenne, something like that. Looks like that will be the case here. The Skateboard going to go onto that active Jirachi. Pokégear, seeing what supporter they might find. Red and blue is pretty good. They can discard 2 cards from their hand, go get that Silvally-GX, and then also still use that Dede Change to draw through their deck. They could also Disc Reload, I believe is the ability. Yep. Could also use this, of course, before going with the... what's it called? You know what I mean. Before going with the Dedenne. But they're going to choose to go Dedenne first. So, yeah, we'll see what else they've got going on. Haven't played a supporter yet. Pretty good setup over here on our opponent's side of the field. There is the Chaotic Swell. I don't like seeing that. That means we're never going to get to utilize our Life Force Prism Star. But that's okay. It's part of the game. I've thought about putting back in the Marshadow, or putting in the Marshadow for things like this. But it's not something I have in here right now. And they can hit us. Oh, they have played a supporter, right? Because they got this out with the red and blue, of course. They also play Lysander Lab, so maybe if they put that in play to counteract our Choice Helmets, we could see something there. So they're going to choose to go with a Snowy Wind first before going in. I think they should have definitely just gone with Brave Buddies, because we can heal all of this damage they just did. Healing 30 from each Pokemon. Great Potion from the active. And we'll hit them for 170 here. I feel like we want the Weak Guard energy on this, so we're just going to attach here and go with the... we know they play switches. Oh, they're down 3 switch, though. We could try to buy a turn with Allergic Explosion. That's generally the GX attack we're going to be using in this matchup anyways. We're barely ever going to get to the Tropical Hour GX. I guess Beauty GX is something we could keep an option for, but I think this is generally going to be okay here. We're not knocking them out, and we don't have any Gust or anything in the deck, so let's try to lock it up here, see if they can't move it. They are, like I said, down 3 switch cards, so there is a chance this Ninetales gets stuck for a turn. They do heal the burn, and then we'll be able to knock this out on the next turn. And we are definitely going to want to get this Weakness Guard Energy onto Exeggutor ASAP, because Backfire can one-hit KO this if we don't have that Weak Guard Energy. So we're doing okay, even after not having played any supporters this game, and they are just going to have to pass, so our strategy worked. We were able to buy a turn. We get the Stealthy Hood. We can prevent something from getting hit by this. I think we'll hold this for now, actually, and just go with the Massive Balloon, take ourselves a couple of prizes here. There's a Grass, that's pretty good, so we can get Attachment next turn still, and a Tag Call. Great, so now we can start to draw some cards, thankfully. And, yeah, I think we maybe could have thrown the Stealthy Hood on the active to prevent that 20 snipe, but generally, Choice Helmet is the tool we're going to want to put on our active Pokemon, generally. Alright, so they're going to get things moving. Stellar Wish finds themselves a Pokégear. We do get out to an early lead, which is pretty good. Here comes Pokemon Communication. Gonna put back the Volcarona and might just get out the Larvesta. Seems like that is the move. Putting that guy down. And they're just gonna scoop, so we get a win here in the first one against a fire deck, so that seems pretty good to me. I am going to go make a change real fast, guys. I think I'm going to just cut the Pheromosa for that Vileplume. That's something I had tested with, and I think it is worth doing. Yeah, so Varied Pollen, pretty solid ability, and gives us an attacking option against Keldeo-GX, which we might need at some point. Healing 30 damage from this Pokemon, and then also doing 90 to one-hit KO Keldeo-GX. So, alright, so let's go ahead and hop back into it. I've tried out a lot of versions of this deck, like I've said, and I've gone back and forth on several. Some have worked, some have not, and this has been the one that has been working for me a bit more. A lot of times people just end up conceding once you get a couple of Vileplumes set up, and they don't even want to play out the game from there, which I can understand. It's not the most fun thing to play against in those instances. Alright, so we do start with the Mewtwo. We can get an Oddish down on the bench. And we need to find a Netball or a Tag Call. Either of those things would be great here to help us get a Exeggutor in play so that we can get a turn 1 Super Growth to get a Vileplume-GX out. And Chaotic Swell to Dedenne-GX. Cherish Ball is going to find Arceus, Palkia, and Dialga tag team, I do believe. Yeah, so that is what our opponent gets down. We do top deck a Tag Call, which is great. We'll go ahead and get out Rowlet, and I think we just want to get probably just a Cynthia and Caitlin. We probably should have played the Pokégear first to try have higher odds to hit a support, and then we can see what we want to get. But we're just going to go ahead and Coach Trainer now to get another Tag Call. We get a Great Potion, all good things. Let's go ahead and throw a Grass on the active. And yeah, we'll just go with the Super Growth, getting a Plume set up. We do have the other Plume, which we may need to get moving here soon, but we are going to start with Vileplume-GX. So that's what we get moving first. We've got our other Rowlet in hand, not something I want to bench right now, but something good to have access to. I like how you can chain Caitlin and Coach Trainer back to back, draw 3, draw 4, draw 3, draw 4. It's pretty good. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and treasure, see what they find here. Gonna actually be a fail and just a pass, so kind of a dead draw situation on our opponent's side. We definitely could just take a knockout here, which we may try and do. Would have liked to have found a Coach Trainer to draw a couple more cards, but we'll do this instead. Special Energy and Tool. Yeah, we might want to find the Tool. Give ourselves that option. So let's do this, and let's go ahead and Cynthia and Caitlin. And I guess this is kind of the thing with this deck, is you have a hard time choosing what to discard a lot of the times. I think discarding this Rowlet and Exeggutor is pretty good. We get back the Coach Trainer, such a good card, and we're going to draw 3. We do get into another Netball. We're going to take this opportunity to keep trying to set up more Vileplumes. Gonna do as much as we can there. We could go get another Mewtwo, put it down, and attach to it. I think we need to start getting this Vileplume ready to go potentially. We could just take the knockout. I think taking 2 prizes here might just be better, and we do have the Gloom next turn. Might give us an idea of kind of what they have going on. Yeah, we're going to go with this. Yeah, we're just going to take the KO. Super Growth, yeah, I don't know. It would have been maybe okay to try to keep getting our board set up, but we've got such a large hand size. We do get a Vileplume out of the prizes and a Gloom as well. Oh yeah, we only have 1 Gloom left in the deck. That's something I definitely should have known. Oops. And they do get the other attachment to the active, and they should be going for, actually just going to go for an Ultimate Ray, trying to 2-hit KO our Mewtwo and Mew. We can heal a good amount of this damage. We also hit a Choice Helmet. This could give us an idea of what's going on in their hand. We do hit heads, and yeah, great catcher tag switch. Not much going on there. I'm going to go ahead and Fragrant Flower Garden. Going to go ahead and Great Potion as well. We'll just go ahead and, yeah, we'll start with, let's go ahead and get some stuff out of the deck with this. I guess we should have Pokégeared first, but we might want to find Coach Trainer. I don't think that really helps our odds necessarily, but we'll just go with, yeah, we'll go like this. Yeah. And we do find Coach Trainer. We already had one in our hand, of course, but we'll just go ahead and play this. We do hit another Great Potion. We hit this as well, which is good. And we will go ahead and put down the other Mewtwo. I think we'll just go with the Calming Hurricane, look to just end the game on the next turn, if they don't top deck something. And heal 30 onto our opponent's turn. And let's see what they got. Do they have anything? Pokégear can bail them out. Let's see if they find a supporter and can find a way to claw back into this game. Mallow Lana is not going to do it for them. I don't think they can play it just to heal, and yeah, they're just going to go with the Ultimate Ray. Kind of an unfortunate series of events. I think we might be able to just fully heal this Mewtwo, and we were going to be taking the knockout anyway with Calming Hurricane, so kind of an unfortunate dead draw for our opponents. They did start their Dedenne and then Cherish Balled, and were not able to find another one, so just kind of dead drew. Never really a helpful game there. I love that we've got this nice Exeggutor coin to go with our Exeggutor deck. It makes things perfect. Oh man, and so our opponent dead draws 1 game, and then we get it kicked right back to us, starting with an Oddish here, and not much else going on. And okay, we get a Netball, so that is good, and it is... It looks like we're playing against Baby Blounds. This could definitely be a problem. I think I'm just going to go ahead and attach and retreat into this. This is definitely not looking good. We're going to need to find a weak guard energy, and we need to find a supporter ASAP. We do have a good chunk of healing in our hand. We can heal 210 damage, but they also could just knock us out this turn. It would be pretty unlikely, and they are likely going to be taking this turn to get more set up, as we do see through the Professor Elm's lecture Gonna find them a few Pidgeys and a Pidgeotto. 1 comes down, 2 comes down. Do they have a third in hand, maybe? Looks like no, and it's just going to be a pass over to us. Let's get a top deck of a Grass Energy. That's not super helpful. We definitely could just get knocked out here. But we will go ahead and get a Vileplume-GX up and moving. I really would like it if this was a Mewtwo instead of a Rowlet Exeggutor, because then we have the option to use Super Growth, and then also we have a 2 energy attack that we can copy. This we have to attach to 3 times in order to even start attacking, and we've got to get that Weak Guard energy here eventually. So this deck is really only going to do the best. I shouldn't say only do, but it's going to do the best against decks that cannot one-hit KO it. And this is definitely one of those decks that can get the one-hit KO, especially if we don't get down our Weak Guard energies. And that is definitely something we were not able to do here. So they're going to go ahead and airmail, find another card. Here comes another Pidgeotto, another airmail. They need a switch plus an welder with 2 energies, or a welder with 1 energy. Then they need to draw into another energy, and then they also need how many energies? Only 5, right? Or sorry, only 3 to do 150. Oh my gosh, what was Ultra Forest Carnaby? That makes like his Ultra Beasts hit through all effects, right? So he can hit through all effects. Weakness is not an effect that they can hit through though, so that is good. Or weakness being removed, I should say. So they do pass there once again, but looks like we still don't have much going on. Do we even attach to the active? It's just so likely we get knocked out. I think we need to have a Pokemon that we can attack with. So we're going to power up Vileplume. And yeah, I mean, it's just, this is not looking good. Let me say that. So our opponent in the last game had a little bit of a dead draw scenario. We've got ourselves a little bit of a dead draw thing going on right now. We are definitely top decking. There's the welder, definitely what I was scared of. If they're digging for a supporter though, I feel like they should have airmailed a couple times and then Stellar Wished so that they see the top 7 cards of their deck. But I don't know their hand, it depends on what they're looking for. Here comes Heat Factory to draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, this is looking pretty scary, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Yep, Fiery Flint. That tells me that we are going down this turn. We need to top deck a supporter, or at the very least an energy to even stay in this game. At the very least an energy. Look at that massive hand. We don't have Reset Stamp or anything like that in this deck. So really not an answer to the Baby Blounds. And they're actually going to choose to Great Catcher and target our Vileplume. I guess that makes sense since that's the only thing that can attack this turn. Alright, so they're playing 2 of this thing. Damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active. Okay, that's interesting. Not sure what they're going for with that. Alright, on to our turn. Top deck a Coach Trainer so we can draw a couple. Not looking good. Let's do this so that they can't draw as many cards and hope that they just don't have 3 fire energies in their hand. All they need is a Fire Crystal, Fiery Flint, and they just have it already. Like, they had such a massive hand. That was just gonna happen. And yeah, unplayable opening hand. Definitely happens like that. This deck does feel very, very, very clunky at times. Thought about including Jirachis with escape boards, but that just requires so much deck space. Alright, so we'll try to get a win in this one. Go with Tails. We win the flip, and we will go first. Alright, so we start Alolan Exeggutor. And we've got a couple tag calls. So this is definitely looking much better than our last game. We're going to go ahead and play these tag calls, get a bunch of cards out of the deck, because we are looking to find some net balls, excuse me, and some Oddishes, and getting these lets us get more cards out of the deck. Alright, So there's a Cynthia Caitlin. Let's go ahead and get out this guy and this gal. And then with this one, we'll just go get double Cynthia Caitlin. So we just have draw cards for the rest of the game. Yeah. Alright, so we've got 3 Oddish, 3 Netball. We did prize 1 Gloom, 1 Oddish. And other than that, looking pretty good. Alright, so we're going to start with a Coach Trainer. Draws us the most cards here on turn 1. Look at this card advantage here just on the very first turn of the game. Let's go ahead and put... Okay, so do we want to... Next turn we can Mallow Lana into this and start super growthing with this instead of with this. We could also just start powering this up and just kind of let this go down. I've kind of done that strategy before. We'll leave ourselves kind of both options, I think, here. So, yeah, look at this. Turn 1, we've got 9 cards in hand, 2 tag teams, we got an Oddish down. Looking pretty good. Alright, so it does look like it is a Malamar deck, so a big key for us here is going to be... Oh, we prized our Guzma Hala, didn't we? We prized our Guzma Hala. So if they play the Marshadow... Oh, it's not... Oh, it's a Weezing deck. Okay. So if they play the Mimikyu, our Stealthy Hood is going to be huge. We're going to need to find the Stealthy Hood ASAP. There's a Ditto. And so do they have like Shrine, something like that? This is definitely looking sketchy. Treasure. I feel like if they play the Mimikyu, we might see them get it here. I actually might just grab another Inkay to start with. There's Nihiligo. Okay, hopefully, fingers crossed, guys. Hopefully, there is no Mimikyu in their deck. Looks like they're going to start things with a Void Tentacles, which is, not going to lie, pretty annoying. We can Mallow and Lana and switch to still draw some card, or to still try to get some stuff set up. But I kind of want to Cynthia and Caitlin, honestly. And just, maybe we just flip for the super growth here. Yeah, let's do it. Come on. So we'll put a supporter in our discard into our hands. And they're probably not playing any GXs, so I think we can get rid of the Choice Helmet here. Could be a little risky. We still don't really know what they've got going on. We do get another Netball to get ourselves out another Oddish, which is excellent. And let's go ahead and put... We'll just go ahead and attach this here, and we're going to flip heads on Super Growth. Yes, see? Told you guys. Nothing to worry about. Heads on Super Growth. We'll get this guy here, and this guy here. Getting things set up, it looks pretty smooth to me. And next turn we can Mallow and Lana and start attacking. Yep, here comes Weezing. Please no Mimikyu, please no Mimikyu. That's all I'm hoping for here, is that they don't have or don't play the Mimikyu. Because this puts a damage counter on each benched basic, yeah. So it'll damage this, it'll damage this. Switching to Jirachi. And Lily for 5. Oh man, no Mimikyu, no Mimikyu, no Mimikyu. If they don't get it out here, yeah. This is it. This is definitely getting Mimikyu. 100%. Please. I need to find my Stealthy Hood. I prized Guzma. He doesn't play it? There's no way this deck doesn't play Mimikyu. Did he prize it? Well, his bench is full now, so no Mimikyu. That is a good sign for us. We should just beat his deck, I think. I think we just win, right? Here comes a Shrine. Shouldn't hurt us too bad. We, of course, can eventually get our Life Forest. They're just going to go with the Splattering Sludge, and pings both of these guys, and then also the Shrine will ping all of these things. So many animations having to happen here. Alright, so let's start with this. Let's actually go with Coach Trainer before Netball because we want to find a Grass Energy as well. We do find both an Oddish and a Grass Energy. Oh, I totally meant to play Mallow Lana this turn. Oops, okay. I totally meant to play Mallow Lana. Does this get knocked out? Because it'll go 50 and then he'll hit it for 20. Yeah, no, so it doesn't quite get knocked out. It is close though. No tag supporters left. I guess we could have just held that, but I didn't realize. If we'd also found our stadium, that would have been great here. Let's go ahead and play a Great Potion. Get a little bit of healing moving. And I think I'm going to just attach to the active. We can maybe start to get that thing powered up eventually. Do we put this down? I think we do, right? Because we can just heal it. We know he's not putting Mimikyu down. And let's go for another heads. Easy. That is just how easy it is, guys. And our opponent's just going to scoop. Once we get the second Plume out, I think things were going to get very, very difficult for the Weezing deck. So, yeah, this definitely does really good against those spread decks. It does pretty good against Malamar. Him not having the Mimikyu was very key for us there. And since we prized our Guzma Hala, we were not able to find our Stealthy Hood as easily if he did have the Mimikyu. But, yeah, so things would have been a little sketchy there. So let's go ahead and choose to go first. We do take a mulligan here in the first one. So, yeah. The Pheromosa that we took out, I definitely still think could be okay, but the other Vileplume is definitely needed for those Keldeos. Yeah. So we do start Mewtwo. We've got a pretty dang good opening hand, except for, I guess we shouldn't be playing anything down because we're going first, but except for the fact that we don't have a supporter, so ideally we get into like a Pokégear or a Coach Trainer. Any of those things could be nice. Ask and you shall receive. There we freaking go. Perfect start. And we get the weak guard energy, and we'll have to see what our opponent is indeed playing. Could be Reshiram and Zekrom. I probably should have put Choice Helmet in play just in case that was the case. There's a fire energy, so some sort of fire deck. We'll get to use a Gloom ability next turn, which is pretty good. Here comes a Cherish Ball, so this should give us a general idea. Yep, Reshiram and Zekrom. Okay, so there's no way they can't knock us out turn one. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Oh, never mind, with Ends Resolve, I guess, and they hit a bunch of energies. And if they got down another Reshiram and Zekrom, could be playing Rayquaza. I doubt they're playing Rayquaza, though, if they have the Naganadel version, so shouldn't be too worried about getting knocked out this turn. So they're going to put back a Turtonator, probably just to get another Poipole out. Yeah, they want to get those basics. And so here comes the Poipole down, here comes an attachment. Still haven't seen a supporter from them yet, and they actually just don't have one. That's pretty good. And we top deck a supporter once again. And I think we are going to discard. I think it's just got to be the Mewtwo. Get ourselves that Coach Trainer back. Here's a bunch of cards. Let's see what they got going on in this hand. If we hit a heads, we do. They've just got a totally dead hand. They'll have to draw off of this. We don't have our stadium, unfortunately. Energy Switch, double nag. So we could definitely see them pull some stuff off this coming turn. Let's get an attachment here just in case we need to get this thing moving. I really wish we had kept that other Mewtwo around. But I think this is okay. Yeah. And we do this. We could have just gotten a Vileplume out and left this a Oddish, but we definitely wanted to do it this way so that if we top deck or draw into a Vileplume, we can get that this turn, and then we also get a potential use out of Irresistible Aroma once again. So, yeah. Oh, they also have the Jirachi in the active. I was saying that they only were going to be able to draw off of the Fire Energy. But they do have a Jirachi active. I think they top decked that Treasure. So, choosing not to Heat Factory could be questionable. Unless I'm just maybe missing something. I think they have like 2 Energy Switch or their last 2 cards in hand. Something like that, maybe. So if we get to the point where he's not one-shotting us, we can probably just heal a bunch of damage through the rest of the game and eventually knock all of his stuff out to win. That's the idea anyway. Here comes a Stellar Wish. I'm pretty sure that they should have used the Heat Factory to draw cards. I'm pretty sure, right? And they could have top decked a second Fire Energy, which would be why they treasured one away, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have the treasure in their hand when I hit heads on Irresistible Aroma. Just gonna be an escape board. And so we'll see them attach. Just going to run away into Poipole, maybe Energy Switch and go for the Spit Poison. No, just going to go ahead and pass it over to us. Let's go ahead and get a supporter out of the deck. Let's get the Guzma Hala so we have the option for it. And we'll just go with the Coach Trainer to draw 4. Here's another Oddish. Definitely want to try to hit this just to get more hand knowledge. And we're going to take full advantage of their poor setup. And super growth, just keep things going. And bring out another Gloom and another Vileplume. So yeah, as you can see, if you give this deck time to get multiple super growths and just get a bunch of Vileplumes set up, we're going to have a lot of healing through the rest of the game with our Great Potions, with our Vileplume's abilities. I almost feel like they should have just left the Jirachi in the active spot. That probably would have been a little better. Now they're going to Energy Switch and Hard Retreat into Jirachi to try to draw. I guess. We can Guzma Hala to get a Weak Guard Energy if we want to guarantee an attachment. They are going to just retreat into Jirachi. I guess that they were worried. I mean, if they did just leave this active and we know they have a dead hand, we would have just knocked this out, actually. And they just fail the Stellar Wish, man. And they are going to leave this active now. So now all we do need to find a Grass Energy here is all we really want. Let's try to Irresistible Aroma, do hit heads. Welder and Great Catcher isn't going to do it. Let's go ahead and Coach Trainer. Come on, give me a Grass. Do not hit a Grass Energy. We don't actually get any energy attachment. Guess we could have just held that, but... So no Grass. I think we hold this for now. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. We have the Vileplume in hand, and we might want to use Irresistible Aroma again. We've got a good amount of energy. I wish that we had a multiple colorless attack. Okay, so they've got things going now. They're going to be able to discard this Great Catcher, from the Giant Hearth. Welder will draw them a few here, so they're going to start getting things moving. Comes the Welder. I imagine just putting both on like a benched Pokemon, because you have to discard from the bench, right? Yeah. So they are going to put both on a benched Mon. Don't believe they've used Stellar Wish yet. All they need here is a Lightning Energy. And they will be able to start attacking. Not going to be knocking us out thanks to the Choice Helmet, of course. I just kind of spaced out there for a second. They drew Volkner. Okay, so that's a way to find the Lightning Energy, I guess, next turn. Just going to be a pass, or sorry, a retreat into the Poipole and a Spit Poison. Not too much going on for him. Go ahead and use this ability. We are still poisoned, I guess. Alright, so we can force this guy down. I don't even know that we really want this guy down. That is one of the things that can one-shot any of our stuff. So, yeah, let's leave that. Oh, we have to put it down. I was going to say, let's leave that in his hand. I guess it means that he can't Dedenne if we don't get a knockout here. Let's search the deck with this. Do have another Oddish, so we could just go get Plume. We could take a knockout. They've got Volkners in hand. Poison. Not quite going to be knocking us out, and we can like fully heal it with Mallow Lana next turn. Let's just play the Coach Trainer, see what we draw. We do hit the grass, so now we can go get Oddish. Yeah. I guess we should go and put this in play in case of like a stamp. Let's go with the massive Bloom. Doing 360, of course, because of weakness. Go on the offensive a little bit. There is a Stealthy Hood. Look at this board set up. It took us a few turns of them doing nothing, but if we can get this set up, I don't know what they can do to kind of counteract that. We do only have 15 cards in decks. We gotta, I guess, keep that in mind because it does take us a while to take all of our prize cards. Here comes a Stellar Wish. I guess a big calming, whatever this is called, Tropical Hour GX could be good, but getting 6 grass energies on Rowlet Exeggutor, well, I guess it can be 3 grass, 3 weak guard, but that seems unlikely. We play 11 energies in this deck, so having over half of them on one Pokemon doesn't seem like something we're going to get to more than likely. And I think that healing the active fully is going to be our move for sure, which we should be able to do. I'm pretty sure they cannot get a knockout. They do 270 max. After the poison, we should have 10 HP remaining because of the Choice Helmet. They could, of course, set this up to eventually get a one-hit KO, which they should, but hopefully that is not gonna happen, because that is definitely scary, a scary prospect, and hopefully we are able to just deal with that thing right away if it does come down to that. Alright, here we go. Fabled Flare Bolts. Gonna discard 1, 2, 3 probably. 1, 2, 3, maybe leave 2 energies on this so it can be ready to attack. But it doesn't really matter. If you have 1 energies, all you need is an attachment plus charging up and you can attack. Yeah, and they are just going to hit us as hard as they can. Alright, so here comes the heals. We got that one. Choice Helmet OP. We got this one. We got this one. And I really want the, I really want our other Choice Helmet. Oh, we have Guzma Hala, so we can get it. So let's do this. I'm pretty sure it is in the deck. We definitely want another Grass Energy, so we'll start with this. Yes, our other choice helmet is in the deck. So Guzma Hala to get choice helmet on this. Hard retreat. Actually, maybe we use our GX attack this turn. Yeah. I think that's okay. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's Guzma Hala. Discard 2 to get rid of this and one of these guys. I'm not going to need too many more of those. Get all these things out. I think we're going to GX here. Go ahead and put this down. This only heals grass Pokemon, yeah, so it will not work to heal this. We could heal this with the Great Potions, but I don't think there's a use to that right now. They could, of course, retreat with a skateboard. Oh, they would be able to knock us out if they hit an escape board and then attached and turning pointed. That would be pretty bad. Oh, we should have played one of the Great Potions. Hopefully they don't see it or don't have it. Yeah, that would work. Oh man, hopefully they don't see or have it. Here comes a charging up. Should have played one Great Potion. We would be so fine. We might still be fine, but we would be so much more fine. Yeah, I mean, if they just knock this out and then they can Great Catcher one of these, Great Catcher one of these, they are down one Great Catcher, so they might only play one or two, so that might not be an option for them. Gonna fail the treasure. Alright, they don't have it. No chance. No chance. Is it maybe greedy to let them keep the Giant Hearth because I want to put this in play on a turn I'm going to get to use it? Is that a little greedy maybe? Do they have a skateboard? They're going to Cynthia. Are they looking for it? Do they realize? They might not realize. Oh, this needs 3 energies to retreat. See, I'm crazy, guys. I don't even know what I'm talking about. They could have done it if they had a welder, but now they can't do it unless they have a switch, which I don't think that they play switch. They could, but I think I would be kind of surprised to see a switch. Here comes a Great Catcher, though. Maybe to try to stall something, but we do have Mallow Lana in hand. This will heal the poison, which is fine with me. Yeah, we got that Mallow Lana. And this has 160 on it, and it's burning poison, so we can knock it out with this. So let's go use all of these abilities for sure. I don't want to draw any more cards, so we are not going to be using Cynthia and Caitlin because we don't want to deck out. We're just going to switch into this. And go for the Calming Hurricane, which after the poison will get a KO. And take us 3 prizes. We do not play Great Catcher. That is definitely something I have considered to be able to finish off a Dedenne with the Vileplume. But it's not something we have right now. When you get a board like this, it is tough to lose. And yeah, we are just going to go ahead and get the win there. So there is the deck. Like I said, I have messed around with it a bunch. I think it is okay. It's definitely a really fun idea. Just getting to set up multiple Vileplumes and being able to heal like everything our opponent could do is really solid. As you can see, my win record with it was not the best. That includes like all my different tries with the deck. And I think this is also just not the best. I definitely have won more than 4 games with it, but I've also probably played more than 10. So it's not the best way to keep record. That's a pretty sad record right there, though, if you look at it. I think we did win 3 in today's video, 2 or 3, something like that. So, yep, there's the deck. Let me know what you guys think of it down below. Give it a try yourself. How have you guys been playing Vileplume-GX? And let me know what deck from Cosmic Eclipse you want to see next. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is going to do it for me today. I'm going to get out of here, and until next time, take care.